everybody. Good morning to you. Hope you're having a wonderful day and a good start to your weekend. So, Foodie Beauty, Fraudy, she's been rather quiet lately, and everybody's been wondering what has she been up to. Um, from my part over here, I knew that what was going on with her was a combination of two different things. That wherever she was staying, whoever she's staying with, they have absolutely forbidden her from going live at their location because they know the kind of heat that goes with Foodie. So that's why she's been doing the recorded videos and not going live. But once she gets a static location, she's probably going to go live. But here we are, the 16th of December. TikTok, 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 Foodie. Yeah, if you're going to make that extra Google AdSense money, you need to get on it about finding your own place so you can go live and make some extra cash. But I've been gathering up stuff on Twitter as well as we're going to be reacting to the video. And I want to go over all the different stuff because there's a lot of interesting stuff. And as far as the newest video, the newest upload called Trying to Get Weight Loss Surgery, boy, I got a lot to say about that. And I'm going to go off on her. I am. But we're going to wait on that. There's no need to get excited right now. I'm just going to go over this Twitter stuff. For those who are on Twitter, you can find me there at Wild Girl Sarah. And I do encourage everybody that's on my channel that if you got yourself on Twitter, to please sign up on my account because every time I do a video or a live chat, I post about it on Twitter first. And sometimes YouTube, they are really, really bad about their notifications. Sometimes they just don't go out. Don't ask me why, but they don't. So if you want to make sure you can get into a live chat with me or you want to check out the newest video, if you're on Twitter, just follow me there. Anyway, let's go over all the stuff that I've been collecting on Twitter while Fraudy, has been quiet. So this is courtesy of Kristen, and Kristen likes to post the different video tags for Foodie. And I looked through them and I found this rather interesting. Let's see. So we've got Foodie Beauty, weight loss surgery, was, bariatric, obesity, interracial couple. I don't even know why she has that tag on her videos now, considering that her and Salah are not together. So why have that tag there? Canada, weight loss surgery, Canada process, WLS process surgery. This is an interesting tag. What I eat in a day as a fat girl. So she's got all these different tags pointing in the direction of she is someone looking to get WLS or she's going to get WLS, trying to attract people to her channel that maybe they're in the process of getting it or they're interested in getting it. And then she adds this tag, what I eat in a day as a fat girl. So 99% of the tags relate to WLS, but one of the tags is signaling the feeties. Chantal, if you took your health seriously, you wouldn't have that tag there. What I eat in a day as a fat girl. You're signaling the people that have the food fetish. So the big question becomes, are you done with the fetish or are you not done? Because if you're not done, you shouldn't be getting WLS. So moving on, let's go on to the next post. Okay, so Failure to Lunch found this interesting tidbit. This was from a past stream of Foodies. And I'm just going to issue a bit of a trigger warning because it has to do with her time with Natter. But this is just something interesting, like the type of men that Foodie likes to go for, like what she's attracted to. I'll give you guys a little spoiler. For those that don't want to listen to it, you might want to skip past this part. Foodie likes men that are violent because she sees violence as a form of dominance. She's attracted to what she perceives as dominant men. And if a man is aggressive and violent, to her, that equals dominant and in control and strong. So let's watch this brief clip. It's about 24 seconds long from Failure to Lunch.
I asked him if he got in any fights. I don't know why. I'm like my mom that way. Like my dad used to like be really tough and fight in high school, and that turned her on. So whenever I hear like a guy's really tough or strong, it turns me on a bit. I don't know why.
Now, we all remember how obsessed she became with Natter. And Natter is aggressive, and she perceived him being aggressive as dominant. So it begs the question, if she is attracted to aggressive men, what in the world was she doing with Salah? Because he wasn't aggressive at all. Like, what was his purpose in this whole Chantal verse? He was just the nice guy. Well, unfortunately, nice guys do not last long in Chantal's world because nice for her is boring. If you're a nice guy, if you're a gentle guy, she's going to get bored with you. She'll use you up, use up your resources, then toss you into the trash and move on and try to find somebody more exciting. I mean, no further proof can be found of that than, say, Pete's. Pete's was her BFF and her friend since high school. She ran through his credit to the point where he now has bad credit, ran through all of his money, cheated on him, left him all kinds of broken, and then moved on to Natter from him. And then, strangely enough, moved on to Salah. So she doesn't like men that are too aggressive, that she can't control. But then again, she doesn't like the nice guys that she can control too easily. It's just, you're weird, Fraudy. You're weird.
So I'm like, did you ever fight anybody? He said he somebody up by them. And I'm like trying to picture this. Like, you must have a really strong smack. I asked him if he gotten any.
Yeah, sorry about that last part, but yeah, she perceives aggressive men as being dominant and strong, and oh, that's such a turn on for Fraudy. But at the same time, she doesn't like if a man is too strong and they have their own sense of free will and they say no to her. She doesn't like the word no. That's why her and Natter went back and forth for over a year. She wanted him to be dominant. At the same time, she wanted to be dominant over him when she chose that. You know, like she wanted to be in control when she wanted to be in control. But it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work like that, Fraudy. It doesn't. You can't sit there and say, I want you to be in control and then try to control that person. You know, it just not going to happen. Okay. Cowboy Dog says, this is why Chantal has no female friends. Any normal woman her age has a job, a hobby, even kids. If you are mentally sound, someone like Chantal would instantly ring alarm bells for you. She's a walking danger, do not approach sign. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even there with her in person, and just her aura, you know, like her energy says trouble. How anybody else around her can't pick up on that and respond to that, I don't know. I mean, I'm just someone reacting to Fraudy, and she puts off this energy like, danger, Will Robinson, danger, run the other way. Okay, Lucky Lola posted this saying, so I was catching up on the farms, and this person completely nailed Fraudy Beauty in a nutshell. Most of us have been saying for years that she has no personality of her own, but Boxy Bum explains it perfectly. So this is from the farms, courtesy of a poster by the name of Boxy Bum, and their post is saying, taking off my hijab. Boxy Bum says, it's so weird how easily she abandons her identities. She justifies it immediately as if it meant nothing. Most people have strong morals and convictions, not Chantal. She hurples around Kuwait in a jet black scuba suit pretending to be a Muslim for a whole year. But as soon as a relationship ends, she throws it all out. This is why she will never find true love or happiness. She is a complete phony. A person can't love her even if they wanted to because there is nothing to love. She isn't really a person, more like an entity that morphs into whatever she thinks you'll like seeing. She wanted to impress Natter, so she became a crazed rug blank junkie. She wanted to impress Bibi, so she became a doting girlfriend with her dainty fake baby voice. She wanted to impress Salah, so she pretended to be Muslim and threw the hijab on. What will she become next? Now that is an interesting question. And this came to me yesterday. Like this thought came to me yesterday. Just, you know, sometimes When you're looking at a person and you're trying to figure them out, you look at sometimes the things they leave behind with their old life, like what they choose to leave behind. If a person is wanting to improve their life for the better, they will leave behind things that are bad so they can grab on to the good in the new life. Or if a person is still continuing to make bad decisions, they will leave behind things that really they shouldn't leave behind and then just go hop, skipping off somewhere else. So let's think about the things that Chantal has left behind in Kuwait. She left behind 2 pets that she said she loved. She left behind Harry the hamster, and she left behind Julia the cat. Now, this is supposed to be a loving woman, yet she left behind both pets. And she made absolutely no preparations to make sure that they were taken care of while she was gone. She didn't even have Julia fixed before she left. When Julia went into heat, she took her to the doctors. They gave her a shot to prolong it to where she wouldn't have another heat for a few months, but she didn't get her fixed. That could have been done before she left Kuwait. So she left behind 2 pets after leaving behind 2 other pets in Canada. So now we're up to 4 abandoned pets with Foodie. She left behind the husband that she loves so much. She left him behind. And there was no true sadness from either one of them when he dropped her off at the airport. As a matter of fact, Salah was grinning ear to ear. Her eyes weren't swollen from crying all night. I know I'd be crying all night if I were to leave my husband for a long time, if I had one. You have a partner, you're going to be sad that they're going to be gone. So she left behind Salah. She left behind her pets. And she even left behind her abayas. She didn't bring a single abaya home with her. And she's supposed to be a newly reverted Muslim woman who took her shahada a while ago. Didn't bring one single abaya to wear in Canada. And the moment she got back to Canada, not only was she not wearing the abaya, but she's also stopped wearing the hijab. Now she just wears an undercap. She's letting go of that identity. The only reason I feel she's wearing the undercap is because that helps to disguise the roundness and the size of her head. It's a vanity thing rather than a faith thing. But I agree with Boxy Bomb. Every time she gets with a dude, she becomes somebody different. She's always trying a version of herself that guy can tolerate or like for 5 minutes. It's not about keeping a true identity and being loved for herself. It's about being loved for some kind of made up persona that's not her. So great post from Boxy Bum. And thank you for posting that, Lucky Lola. All right. Now this is Chantal did a community post showing herself sitting on a bench, and people were remarking that the boards look like they're ready to break. Yeah, I agree. It looks like those boards are very, very strained. On another note, while we're here, Chantal, you are claiming that you want to be modest. You're wearing leggings that we can see right through them, man. That's not very modest. You might want to fix that. You really might want to fix that. Okay, something cute from Nature is Amazing. Look at the bunny. Oh, I can relate to this bunny. We have all done this. We got to fluff up the bed, fluff up the pillows, and then we flop down. That's so adorable. Flop. That is so special. Okay, this is something that Chantal did. She did a community post saying, "Hi guys, I'm having to take a small break from YouTube, but you can still request a video from me on Cameo for the time being. Sorry about that. I'll explain at a later date. Cameos are good for birthdays, holidays, and also if you just want a personal video from me to you, and that's courtesy of Julie. Julie's interpretation of that is to say, I'm way too lazy to make recorded videos, and while I don't have Salah pressuring me, and I'm not stuck in my cell, I'm going to get high and eat myself bedbound instead. Oh, and I'll also try to push my Cameo so you can pay for me to gorge myself. Now, if Chantal wanted to go live, even if she is staying with, say, Shmi or another relative, what she could do is just rent a motel room for the night. Just talk to the relatives, or she didn't even have to talk to her relatives. She's got the Kia, right? She could just drive herself to a motel, check in for the night, stay there overnight, and live stream all night. And that way she could go live. But not Foodie. She's staying, I guess, with somebody she knows. And they are telling her, you are not allowed to live stream. And every day that you're not live streaming, Foodie, you're losing that money. And I love that for you. I love that. Okay, this is a post from Katie. And this is a little snippet from one of the live chats, I guess, that Salah did. Teardrop is telling Chantal, I feel the ones talking about the VIPs that left really didn't care about Chantal. They didn't agree with her moving to another country. It's so sad they gave up on her. Where is logic in this picture? Logic would tell this person, people leaving Chantal, it had nothing to do with her going to another country. That's ludicrous. I don't think people had a problem with Chantal moving to another country. That doesn't sound like a good reason for unsubscribing from a channel or not going to a live chat. There has to be more to it than that. And even if somebody is unsubscribing from a channel for that reason, this is YouTube. People can go where they want. They can watch who they like. They can be entertained by who they want. If somebody leaves a channel, unsubscribes, doesn't give another view, that is their right as a person. Trying to make people feel bad because they're subscribed to a channel and they're no longer interested in the content is incorrect. People subscribe and unsubscribe from channels all the time. They watch somebody, they get bored, and then they leave, and then they might come back. Foodie says in reply to Teardrop, yeah, I think some were just here for the entertainment. Well, hello, it's YouTube. Yes, people are here to be entertained and look for informational videos and do-it-yourself videos and things of that nature. So you're basically telling on yourself, Foodie. You're basically saying that you are not entertaining. I love that. You basically just said without saying, I am not an entertaining person. I'm boring. And you would be right to say that. You are boring. You used to be entertaining, but you've gotten extremely boring. And the boredom has gone on too long and people are just, they're over being bored. There's other places to go on YouTube. If you want people to watch you and be subscribed and all of that, you got to work a little harder. You can't just keep phoning it in. All right, next we have, let's see. Okay, this is another one about the bench. Cowboy Dog. Oops. Oh, hold on a second. I skipped ahead. Cowboy Dog says the reason Chantal never created a content room in that second bedroom is because she knew she wasn't a resident and therefore couldn't live in Kuwait forever. By now, Salah will have moved to a cheaper place, but I suspect she's going to pay his rent regardless. Well, that might be the case. Look, she is a cash cow for him. And as long as there's milk in the udders, he's going to get every drop out until it's absolutely empty. He's in another country. And if she's willing to keep sending him money, do you think he's going to turn it down? He really isn't. He's a fool, but then again, he's not a fool. Free money is free money. He'll keep taking it from her. Michael B. Petty says, my God, what an insecure buffalo. Foodie Beauty spent a year in Kuwait and learned about 2 words of Arabic. Now she's trying to control who Salah talks to halfway across the world. Love that for her. So this is courtesy of Kristen. For those who do not know, Salah did a live chat, a gaming chat on his channel, And of course, Foodie Beauty was all up in there modding. And the audacity of her, she was modding and she was actually blocking people, women that were talking to Salah and they were using Arabic. Can you imagine being a person that you express interest in someone who speaks fluent Arabic? You want them as your partner to the point where you're willing to fly to another country full of people that speak fluent Arabic. That's like the native language there. You spend a year in that country and then you come back to your own country, still connected to your partner, and you're modding for them in their room, and people coming in speaking Arabic, you're going to block them? I thought that you and Salah loved each other, Chantal. I thought the two of you had a strong relationship. If you did, you wouldn't have that fear and jealousy and insecurity, because secure people don't act like that. And Salah, you're an idiot. You were having a gaming stream, it's your channel, and you were letting her go ham and block every female. You were just allowing that to happen. That's perfectly okay. Chantal, Salah's channel is based in Syria. It's based in Kuwait. So, of course, Arabic speaking people are going to be attracted to his room. How can you sit there and block people? Just because they're speaking Arabic and your automatic thought is they must be saying something of a inappropriate nature to him. You don't know if that's true, but you're assuming that's the case, hence why you were blocking like crazy that night. So Kristen says Chantal is literally blocking people from Salah's chat for typing in Arabic because she's worried that they're hoes. This is her being rude to people in the chat. It's not her chat. It's not her channel. And she is just dominating in the chat. This person, Araminta, says Salah's page is based on Kuwait. He will have Arabic viewers. It's rude and ignorant to tell them they have to speak English. Oh, yeah, she did that too. Telling people they have to speak English because she understands English. She doesn't understand Arabic. And who this person is, Derpy Face. The thing is, Derpy Face, if that person is speaking in Arabic, you don't know what they're saying. You are assuming, but you don't know for sure. They could have been asking Salah in Arabic, how is the weather there? Like, how is your family? Just some innocent question. But they're getting blocked, whether it's one way or the other. You know, assumptions are not the truth. You know, Chantal assumes everybody wants Salah. But anybody who's been watching him for 5 minutes knows he's not that much of a catch. He really isn't. He's not all that. Oh, no. Judge Judy, you're so wrong for this, but you're so right. Ma'am, listen, you win. You win. You win the internet today. Okay, this is a shot from Michael Furberger. This is how Salah looked during the live stream that Chantal was blocking and banning people. This is how he came on camera with the headband on. Look at him. Does he look happy? He looked happier at the airport dropping her off than he does here. This is his live stream. He should be welcoming and smiling at people and talking to people. He looks angry. If I came into a chat room of a gamer and saw this, I'd walk right out. Especially if you're not talking. Like what is the point? You suck. You're not a gamer. You're a lamer, Salah. You're not a real gamer, sir. I have no respect for you, and I game. You know, you were boosted up so much. Chantal got you a new expensive gaming laptop. On top of that, even though her channel has nothing to do with gaming at all, your channel and her channel are not related in any way, you had her push her viewers over to you to boost up your numbers. On top of that, you had her actually go on your channel and game on your channel just to get those extra views and get those extra subs. And she's constantly pushing your content. And still your channel hasn't blown up. Still, your numbers do not reflect the fact that you are a great gamer, that you know how to game, you know how to engage with people, all that boosting, new equipment, having somebody else behind you with a bigger channel, pushing people your way, and you still suck. Dude, just do something else on YouTube. Okay, you suck at gaming. Cut it out, you filthy casual. Okay, well, what else we got here? Oh, this is a screenshot from said live stream. Kim Impossible says they have people blocking comments. I caught this one before they deleted it on his last live. Okay, so here's one. Look, I realize that there are people that went to his live chat, and of course they might have been trolling, they might have been serious, I don't know, but this was something interesting. All Class and Style says Salah has me now. He is never going back to that woman, right? Love of my life. Empress, is that you? Come through, Empress, come through. It's time, girl. It's time. She ain't there no more. We're waiting for you to show up at the party, girl. Come on in. We got drinks, we got food. What do you need, sweetheart? We got champagne waiting on you on ice. Come through. The Empress is there somewhere, y'all. She's going to make an appearance somewhere. I just got a feeling. Because if there's anything that would make Foodie let go of a man or go crazy on a man, it would be another woman's presence. We saw what happened with her and Natter and Dee. There's nothing like another woman to be a thorn in the heart of a scorned woman. Understand? And there, hell hath no fury as a scorned woman. And that's like the worst kind of scorn to Foodie. Like another woman, you know, like getting close to something that she loves. What do we got here from Katie? Let's see. So this is another person, Derpy facing. Please talk in English. His channel is based in Kuwait. So if he talks Arabic, other people want to talk Arabic with him because maybe they feel more comfortable talking in Arabic than English because they know more Arabic than English. I think it's highly disrespectful to insist for people to speak in another language maybe they're not familiar. This person says, Derpy, that's a bit controlling of you. Yes, it is. Especially considering, Derpy, you're not a mod. Are you a mod? Are you the content creator? You're just in the chat? Then be quiet. Okay. Be quiet. This person, Derpy Derp, trying to be bossy and tell people what to do. Have a seat, please. Not your channel, not your content. DX said, Salah is live streaming from his account with way less views because Chantal is at mommy's house and can't be trusted to film near the family. And instead of being grateful, he's paying bills. She's blocking people in his chat because she's jealous. Oh, yeah. Remember what I said about my tarot reading, y'all? What I saw? Yes, they are thousands of miles apart physically, but that's only going to make her insecurity and jealous 10 times worse. Chantal is that kind of female that if you are the man in her life, the only way she trusts you is if you're sitting right next to her and if you're on your phone, that she can look at your phone, all through your phone, scrolling on your phone, looking at your messages, looking at your voicemails, reading your texts, then she'll trust you. But if you're in the next room and she can't see you, then she's going to assume something's going on. So they're thousands of miles apart. You got to know she's blowing up his phone every 5 minutes. She's blowing it up. Text messages every 5 minutes. Phone calls every 5 minutes. You know, like he was a bit on a leash when they were physically together, but the leash got really, really short the moment they parted ways. And he'll put up with it for a time as long as he's getting money out of Foodie. But that insecurity and jealousy right now is just at an all-time high because she can't see what he's doing and she can't see who he's talking to. And she's still wanting to control him, still exerting that control. And he's letting her get away with it. So no sympathy for him. Judge Judy says, unleash the hose. Foodie Beauty blocking him left and right. Yes, she was. But you know what, Foodie? Even if you are blocking people in the chat, what have I said? I said, if a man wants to do the dirty, he will find a person, a place, a time, and an opportunity to make it happen. And you can't stop it. It just, you know, if a person's got an itch to scratch, they'll find a back scratcher. They'll find something to scratch it. Nothing you can do to prevent that. You know, so you might as well just stop trying. What do we got here? Looking. Yeah, she did a cover of a Lana Del Rey song, and I posted this. I'm like, somebody please take Fraudy's karaoke mic away from her. Her song covers make my ears bleed. You got all those face apps. Get auto-tune for that voice, biatch. Oh, look, more face filters. More face filters. And they don't look anything like the real her. And something interesting from, who is this? Mrs. Floopa Booty. She says, I'm in Ottawa and I know someone who went to the ER this morning for 2 broken fingers. They were out in 3 hours. ERs are bad right now, but 20 hours is what you'd wait if you stubbed your toe and it's not broken. I could be 100% wrong, but it's not a 20-hour wait at every ER for everybody. Well, Chantal's problem is that she treats the emergency room like her own personal private care doctor. That's not what the ER is for. The emergency area is for emergencies. That's why it's called an ER. If you've got something minor, go to a regular doctor. Okay? Because emergency rooms are kind of expensive anyway. But she doesn't want to go to a regular care physician or doctor. She wants to go to the ER, be seen immediately. Chantal, hospitals are already overloaded. The staff are already overworked. They're exhausted. And they place people on the list of priority based on what's wrong with you when you walk in the door. If there's nothing wrong with you and you just want some testing, you're down on the ladder. Now, if you're someone and you're having, say, a cardiac arrest or some other like medical emergency and your life is on the line, you're first in line. Also, ma'am, you're over there wanting Canada to pay for all of your health problems. I find that appalling. You are expecting Canada as a country and all the Canadians to pay for all the things that you chose to do wrong to your body. If you had any kind of respect, you'd pay your own doggone bills. And you certainly wouldn't be trying to get Canada to pay for weight loss surgery, which you shouldn't be having. But we'll cover that in a minute. We'll get to that when we get to that. Oh, this is cute from Why You Should Have an Animal. Look, a duck and a cat playing. And they're not, the duck's in no danger. The duck was enjoying it. Hey, Sylvester, let Daffy alone. Oh, my God. Now, here's something from Kristen saying, if Foodie Beauty's video tags were honest and accurate. Okay, let's look at the accurate tags, the truthful tags. Foodie Beauty, hijab, clickbaiting, healthcare burden, Canadian, income tax evasion, obesity, worsening, type 2 diabetes, vlog, LARPing as a Muslim, scam marriage. Yeah, those would be honest tags. Those are honest. Well done, Kristen. Well done. Miss Anthropope says, just to be crystal clear about our current healthcare crisis here in Ontario, Ottawa in particular, for anyone not believing how bad it is, perhaps not in other parts of Canada or even Ontario, but here in Ottawa, it's really, really bad. I live here. Miss Anthropope says, no way she doesn't know how broken our healthcare system is here. There isn't enough doctors. I live here. When my doctor retired, took me 3 years to get one that is a 40-minute drive from my town. This summer, 2 different towns near me, and my town closed the hospital ER for 3 weeks. It's a crisis. Yeah, just like I said, hospitals, they're overloaded and they're understaffed. It's just, there's too much going on. Mad respect for anyone that works in healthcare, an RN, a doctor, a nurse. Uh, much appreciation, much respect to those of you that are working in that field. I know it's already difficult as a profession, but even more so these days. But and I especially apologize for those of you that work as healthcare physicians or professionals, and you have to deal with people like Chantal, that you're just trying to get through your shift and help as many people as possible, and you've got someone entitled saying, I want to be first in line. All right, so what else we got here? Yeah, Michael B. Petty says, Foodie Beauty's diabetes specialist told her she could have this much McDonald's soft serve. You know, I remember when this happened. I was there when this happened. She was doing a live stream. She ate a bunch of food. She did have a B moment. She kept telling her VIBs, look, I'm full. She kept telling them, I'm full. I can't eat anymore. And they kept insisting that she go and get something else. They're like, go get some ice cream. Go to Starbucks. She kept telling them, I'm full. Translation, she can't eat anymore. But they want her to go get some dessert. So she went and she got this ice cream cone. And she was so full, she couldn't finish it. What she did was she took her hand, she took off half the ice cream and threw it out the window because she couldn't finish it all. And this is why Foodie cannot have food on her channel and use it as content, because she's a bit of a follower. If she's got people in her chat saying, go ahead, eat, talking about food with her, it's just going to trigger her to eat more. She needs to cut this out. No. Oh, look at the baby. Darth Mandalore says, not mine, but super cute. It looks like boogers. I love her spots. She's so cute. Reminds me of my booger. Okay. Oh, here we go. So Chantal, she did a grocery haul. And she bought Chef Boyardee. I showed that to you guys. And look here. The Chef Boyardee used pork made with many bites of real beef and a rich pasta, a rich tomato sauce, and tasty meatballs made with beef, chicken, and pork. That's not halal, Chantal. That's not halal, ma'am. That's haram. That's haram. You can't have it. Ah, I wasn't ready. Jump scare. Foodie Beauty Unfiltered posted this picture. Yeah, that's more the accurate picture of Foodie. That looks more real to her real appearance than her filtered pictures. So yeah, okay. Have I showed any of this? I haven't done videos in a couple of minutes. And there's the Foodie Beauty bingo card courtesy of DX. Well done. Okay, like we're gonna stop here and I'm gonna go over to the video because like 40 minutes. I didn't realize we were spending that much time on Twitter, but sorry about that, y'all. We just got some catching up to do. So we'll just let me stop the screen. And I'm gonna go off on Chantal because this whole situation of her getting weight loss surgery and wanting to get weight loss surgery, expecting Canada to pay, is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, if she wants a surgery, she can pay for it her doggone self. But I'll save my ranting and soapboxing for the video. So let's get to. And no, I'm not watching your stupid cameo. Your scameo. No.
So I went to a restaurant and they give you this soup for free with your meal. It comes with it. Whatever you order, homemade chicken noodle with crackers, so comforting. And these chicken strips and fries and coleslaw, all homemade with
So you want WLS fries? Really, fries, Chantal? Look, you're allowed to have a certain amount of healthy carbs. The fries are not healthy carbs. And that breaded, whatever it is, that doesn't look healthy. How do you expect to get WLS eating stuff like this? You're not going to get it.
Honey garlic and a side of gravy. Oh my gosh, you guys, they were so juicy and big and delicious.
You know, I think that's another reason why Chantal has not been live streaming, because she just got back to Canada and she, I'm sure, wanted to indulge and all of the things that she missed, all of the food that she couldn't have while she was in Kuwait, all of the Starbucks, all of everything, all the pizza, all the burgers, all the nashies. She's just been on like a food tour of Canada, just enjoying everything. And she doesn't want anybody to know that she's doing that. So doing it privately off camera. She only doesn't show us stuff if it means she's going to get in trouble. So she's not been live streaming because she doesn't have a static location. Also, if she's partaking of party favors or indulging in ways she shouldn't be indulging, yeah, she's going to keep that to herself for now. But if you are indulging, Chantal, eventually we're going to find out. The moment you come on camera high as a kite, or you have a B moment on camera, we're going to know. You can't keep anything to yourself.
Bismillah. Well, hello guys. Welcome back to another video in my car in the middle of nowhere. So, as you know, I've come to Canada in hopes of starting a weight loss surgery process. I would like to start by getting more information. But I want to share, like, I'm not going to say which clinic, weight loss or bariatric clinic I go with or whatever, but I'm going to share the process with you from beginning to finish, because it's, you know, a lot of
You're
people.
not going to go through a process. You're not going to go. You're not. You know, you're not. Ma'am, you have BED. You have a severe BED. You have to get that under control before you get the surgery. Surgery can only fix the size of your stomach, make it smaller to help you control your portions. But if you've got an active, raging, ongoing BED, no surgeon can fix that. No surgeon can cut that out of your head. You got to take things one step at a time here if you want it to work. Before you think about going under the knife, you should go and get therapy. Go to inpatient. Stop considering WLS as a fix-it-all. You want to fix something? Go to inpatient. Go to therapy. You need inpatient first, hospital second. Issues up here, not down here. You really need to get that under control if you care, because the out of control bee monster is what's fueling everything else to be unhealthy. And you've already done a lot of damage to yourself. It took you years to get yourself to the point where you are now. There's an old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. Well, you weren't built in a day. You did not become 550 pounds in a day. It took you a few years, so it's going to take probably half that amount of time or more to get yourself straight. Thinking that you're just going to get some surgery, your stomach's going to get smaller, that all of a sudden you don't want to have B moments anymore. That ain't going to happen. You're still going to have those thoughts because you have developed patterns of behavior, patterns of eating. You have active triggers that have not been addressed. You don't have any coping mechanisms and coping skills. You don't have anything besides food to make you happy. See, that's going to be a major task with you, Chantal. Since food is your everything, you're going to have to find something to replace the everything, because nature hates a vacuum. If you got one thing and one thing only that makes you happy and you look forward to, you've got to find something or a group of things that give you just as much happiness, if not more, than the original toxic thing. I don't know what that would be for you, but that's a task. You've got to find a way to keep your mind and your mouth off of food. I have a friend, a male friend, that he's been clean and sober for over 35 years. And he is an AA sponsor. But one of the things that he does to stay sober is that the moment he wakes up, he's out of the house. He's very active. He goes to the beach, he surfs, he does things. I'm so proud of my friend for maintaining his sobriety. He's a very active, social, intelligent person. But he does what he needs to do to maintain his sobriety. Just being active. Chantal's problem is that she's not active. She stays at home, and you're at home and you're surrounded by the four walls, and what's going to happen? You're going to get bored. What happens when you get bored? You eat. You get stressed out, you eat. Food becomes your medicine. It's not medicine, Chantal. Stop treating it as medicine. Even with the medicine, you're abusing it. Hence the reason why you're so unhealthy. But stop this nonsense of thinking that WLS is going to fix everything. It's not. All it can do is make the size of your stomach small, but it can't fix how rotten of a person you are, and it can't slow down the beam monster. Trust me.
People have had it, and I like the idea of sharing experiences, with others. And that's the whole reason I would share a lot of struggles I've had in the past with certain things I've gone through, medical or whatever. So for those of you who don't know, weight loss surgery, I think gastric sleeve and Roux-en-Y gastric bypass are covered by universal healthcare here. I'm in Ontario, Canada. Now, the downfall with our healthcare system, it is universal.
Chantal, you made so much money off of YouTube. There was a period when you were with Nata where you were making $20,000, $30,000 a month. Where'd that money go? It went in your mouth, didn't it? And up your nose. It went to men that didn't love you. It went everywhere than when it was supposed to go. You made it your business, literally your business, to get on YouTube and make money off of gorging yourself. Now you're expecting Canada to fix your purposeful mistakes. Oops, I ruined my health for the sake of some paychecks so I could finance some bad habits and some bad men. And Canada is supposed to come along like your mommy or your daddy and compensate you for your stupidity. Pay for your stupidity. All the Canadian taxpayers are supposed to just foot the bill. That is so wrong. Don't sit there and whine and complain about, oh, it takes so long to get the surgery. You shouldn't be having it anyway. It would not work with you. It really wouldn't. Even if you were at a state of health where you could get on the table on and off safely without passing away, what would happen? I can guarantee you what I know would happen. You would have the surgery, and then that bee monster would want to take over. Or you get on YouTube and your VIBs would be talking about food, which would trigger those thoughts of food. And you'd want to eat and gorge yourself stupid. And then either your stomach would burst and you'd have to be rushed to the hospital, or you're going to make yourself vomit over and over and over again, because that's what happens after you have WLS. If you eat more than a little bit of food, you will vomit. Projectile vomit. So you would sit there and make yourself ill over and over again. You would sit there and be crying and angry because you want to do something and your body physically can't handle it anymore. That's why someone like yourself does not need the surgery. Because the monster is still up here. It's still raging. It's still active. It's still in control of you. And you're not talking about anything to get it under control. That's why you get turned down for WLS. That's why you shouldn't have it.
Universal, and the surgery is covered by that. So, the only thing is that there's a wait time Right now, some hospital ERs have like a 20-hour. I think that's like unprecedented. Like it's never been that high. But the weight loss surgery, I think it's could be about a good year and a half, maybe 2 years. It just depends.
If she's thinking about getting WLS to lose weight, and if it's going to take 6 months or a year, almost 2 years, if she cared, if she really, really cared about her health, she doesn't have to wait for the surgery. She can get everything started right now by going to therapy for her BED. Start talking to people. Start eating healthier food. Do what she can to exercise. You start losing some of that weight. If she has to wait almost a year and a half, she could probably lose about 100 plus pounds in a year and a half. Just get the process started now. While you're waiting to be approved or be seen or have it done, if you're going to get it done, get things started. Take the initiative, get things going right now. But she's waiting for this magic surgery. She's not going to prepare. She's not going to do anything to correct her health in any way. I mean, we saw the evidence. We saw the food she ate on the plane, cheesecake, like soda. And then she went to the grocery store and got a bunch of processed foods and chef ravioli. I mean, and the meal we just saw a few minutes ago, fries. She's not ready. She's not ready to change her life. She's not ready to really turn things around. So if you're not ready to turn things around, why bother with thinking about this? Unless this is all just for attention. Because Chantal, you'd never get approved. No doctor would ever approve you with you being at the health that you're at and you having an active BED.
Because each step you have some testing you have to do. And I don't know. I might be able to skip the sleep study one because I have sleep apnea and I've been having it treated with the CPAP. By the way, that CPAP should have its own passport because at this point, why am I spitting? This point, it's been to more countries than most of my haters. Anyway, so I just wanted to share a little bit of experience today I've had with that. The first step, of course, is and one of the criteria, I should say, that you need to meet in order to get weight loss surgery is you need to be referred, right, by a physician, your family physician specifically. They request who will be following you throughout this journey. You need a physician to monitor things.
Ooh, that's hateful for her. Oh, so you have to be referred by a physician. Chantal hates going to doctors. When's the last time she's been to a doctor? And this is not something you can fake, Chantal. You cannot come back to Canada and pay a physician to lie for you so that you can get surgery. No physician with a license is going to lie for you. So how are you going to manage that one? Finding a physician that you're going to have to go see and talk to is going to check you out. Relying on them for a reference. How are you going to deal with all that? That means you're going to have to do the one thing you don't want to do, and that's going to see an actual doctor versus using the ER as your doctor.
Things, whatever, medical stuff. But I don't have one. Mine that I had moved to another country. I don't even know where. So, since then I haven't had one. And the wait list for some places is 2 to 3 years. It's anyone from Canada will know, I at least in Ontario.
Okay, so she can't really find a doctor right now. According to her, she's making all these excuses. You know what? If she wants that surgery bad enough, if she wants to lose weight bad enough, where there's a will, there's a doggone way. If you have to wait for weight loss surgery, and there is a wait list, and I'm speaking not just about Chantal, but anybody in my audience, if your weight bothers you, if your health bothers you, like you want to improve your health, you want to lose weight, there's a way to get it done. There's always a way. If you can't get weight loss surgery and you want to lose some pounds, take the initiative and lose it yourself. Go to a gym, go to a free gym, study up on health, study up on healthy meals. Do what you can do to make your life better. Chantal, she gives up so easily. She does. She looks for reasons to give up. She looks for reasons to quit. So she can just say, well, I looked around, I didn't see what I wanted, so I'm out. If you want something bad enough, you never quit. You never give up. So they're telling her, weight loss surgery, you have to wait almost 2 years. Okay, so what can you do to improve your health in 2 years before the surgery? You can probably lose about 150 pounds, which would improve your health, which might improve your breathing, which would improve your mobility and the way you feel about yourself. But because she has to wait that long, she's going to use it as an excuse not to do anything. Like, see, guys, I tried. I looked for the surgery. Nobody was around, so I'm out. You know, and this is why you're not ready to change, Chantal. And I love this look that you're giving me right now. I'm sorry. I got to get my screenshot, y'all.
You will know how hard it is to get a family physician. Sorry, my phone stand from my car broke. So that is a big struggle with Canadian healthcare. So what I need to do is first get referred. So I'm going to clinics, middle of the day, probably not a smart idea as I found out today. Different clinics, usually full, too long of a wait. Like,
Why is she, hold on a second. Stop. Why are you going to a clinic? There you go, being cheap again. Chantal, you have very serious health issues. You're not going to a place and just saying, I have a cold, or I have an upper respiratory infection, or I bruised my knee. You're not going for something minor. You've got very serious health issues. You need a doctor, not a clinic. Stop being doggone cheap and trying to go to free clinics and all that. Go to places where they have equipment, where they can do proper testing and they can check you out thoroughly. You'll spend all kinds of money on fast food, but you won't spend money on your own body, on your own health care. You'll spend money on things that harm your health, but no money on things that will improve it. I mean, you're just so backwards.
I don't even know if they can refer me. So I left some voicemails with some bariatric place. I don't know. I'm just making calls here right now. So I called a place and asked some questions, and they're going to get back to me. I need to know certain things. There's also the last clinic I just went to had a sign on the door, we're full for today. So basically I need to go very early. That's why you see people lining up at the door of clinics in the morning. That's probably the smart thing to do. And that's something I need to do as well. But I'm going to keep trying tomorrow. Well, tomorrow I think is weekend. So maybe Monday I will stand in line very quickly now.
You know, I'm going to be rude here for a second. If Chantal truly does not care about her health, if she's not in the headspace of, I'm turning a corner now, and I actually do care about my health, and I want to turn this thing around, if she's still trying to find a way to indulge in the fast food and the processed food and the soda and the sugar, why bother with the clinics? Why bother with the ER? Why bother with seeking out surgery? Why waste other people's time on you if you're not ready to make honest changes? Because the time that you're wasting of other people could be better spent on someone who is ready to make those changes. Somebody else who wants to be seen, somebody else who's hit the wall and they've said, I'm tired of being sick and tired, and I want to turn this around, and wanting to go to people and say, help me. What do I need to do? Tell me the way. And that person that's not you, Chantal, would actually get the surgery and it would change their life. You go into different individuals for content, for show. You're just wasting people's time until you honestly, mentally, emotionally, psychologically get it together and decide that you don't want the bee monster to control you anymore. Because right now you do. You're letting it control everything, including your content on YouTube.
Oh, the holidays are coming, so I don't know how far I'll get, but I'm gonna try my best here.
Yeah, that's something else too. Thank you for bringing that up, Chantal. So you're coming back to Canada, and okay, you're interested in the surgery. Mama, even though you may not celebrate Christmas anymore, a lot of people do. And the holidays are almost here. Like Christmas is almost here. People are holiday shopping. Okay, they're going to get gifts. Maybe they're flying out of the country to go meet relatives or have relatives come in and fly in for them and going out to get proper food and supplies and whatnot. It's a very busy time of year. So don't be so impatient to go and get medical care right now and angry because you're not getting it. But people got other things going on besides sitting in a house and surrounded by four walls and eating.
Also, I will be going live. Do not worry. I just don't know
You're
exactly.
not worried. You should be worried though, girl. It's your money. You're over here like, I'll go live. Don't worry. Hey, what's that old Mad Magazine saying? What, me worry? No, you worry. I'm not worried. Why should I be worried? It's your paycheck. You should be worried. You've missed so much time away from being in Kuwait. You've missed out on so much money, and the time is ticking down. You got less than 2 weeks, mama. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Every day that you don't go live, you're missing out. What? We're not worried about you. You should be worried about you. You're over there without a home. You're over there living with other people. You got to figure things out. You're over there talking about surgery. You're over there worried about having enough money to go get groceries. You just took a seat on the struggle bus, and who knows how long you're going to stay on there. You're the one that should be worried. We're not worried. We're being patient. We know that when you come back, there's going to be a rage live at some point. We know what's up. You should be worried.
Exactly when, but it will be soon. I'm not gonna not go live ever again. So, anyway, so I guess I'm just gonna have to wait to get referred. I'll share updates with you guys when I have more information, like, what's gonna happen. I hope that a clinic doctor can refer me, because at this point, I don't know how people are getting referrals unless you have a family doctor. It's like pulling teeth here where I'm from. Like, it's so hard to get a family doctor.
Well, you know what would have made it easier? If you had gone to the doctor when you were supposed to go, but knowing you, Chantal, like you would make appointments with people and then just not show up. Being unprofessional like that, taking up people's time or taking up a time slot where somebody else could have seen that person. So if you're having trouble finding someone to see you, maybe that's why. The fact that you have a long history of making phone calls and making appointments, and then when it's time to be seen, you're not there. People don't like unreliable people. A physician, a doctor, they are there to treat people that are sick, but they're also there to make money. And if you make appointments and you don't show up, you're wasting their time. So I get it why they're not seeing you.
It's ridiculous. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It's frustrating. It's going to be tough, but hey, at least I don't have to pay thousands of dollars, I guess, to get it done. So
I'm going to say it again. I think it's appalling, deplorable, disgusting that you turned yourself into a human termite on YouTube, just eating your way through party favors and food. You chose to do that to yourself for the sake of profit. And now that you are at a state where you're over 500 pounds, you're lacking mobility, you got a myriad of health problems, you have the audacity to say to Canada, I chose to do this to myself. I chose to make myself this unhealthy. But Canada, since I was born here, since you are my country, it's your responsibility to pay for this stuff that I've done to myself. Now you got to fix it. No, you got to fix it. It's not anybody else's responsibility to set you right. It's yours. It's horrible, Chantal. The healthcare system is there for people that need it. You could spend your own money. You just don't want to because you're cheap. You'll easily spend $100, $200 on takeout, but you won't spend money on a doctor visit that could actually get you well. If I were Canada, I would be telling you, no, you're not going to use our healthcare and abuse it. No. That's just my opinion, though.
So, now I know that people are like, some people are just like saying that I made derogatory comments before about the surgery.
You did. And the clips are out there. The clips are out there. You in Cuba, the Cuba rage, you said WLS was for losers. Your words. You said that. You were telling people in your VIB chat they should go eat some burgers. You were saying that. You know, there's a lot of things you backtracked on. When you were in Kuwait, while you were in Kuwait, didn't you say the Western world is so evil and is so awful? But what have you flown back to? The Western world. You're putting down so much about Canada. But where are you now? You're in Canada. Yeah, wanting to take advantage of their healthcare system. Because while you were in Kuwait, you couldn't take advantage of theirs. They prevented you from doing that. They blocked you. For you to get that healthcare, you had to come back home to your home country. But you did. During the infamous Cuba rage, you were going off while you were intoxicated. You were putting down people that had got WLS. And now here, look at you. You want WLS because you think it's going to be some magic solution for your BED. It's not. You're still going to want to eat like that. And then you're going to end up making yourself sick, you moron.
So some things that people are saying I said, I need proof of that because I don't remember I remember maybe having an opinion about it and saying, you know, I don't remember saying people are weak if they can't do it because
I've seen the clip. You know what? Wait a second. Let's see. I got to see where I'm at. Hold on a minute. Let's see. I'm going to YouTube. Can I find something real quick? The problem with the Cuba rage thing is that she cursed so much that you play the Cuba rage, you're going to get demonetized. Okay? So I'm not going to play these clips, but I will show you where you can find her talking about WLS if you'd like to know. Let me just get out of here real quick. All right. So let's just do this. I'm giving context here. If you want to know where she was talking down about WLS, I'll show you exactly where. All right. So just put in Foodie Beauty, Cuba Rage, WLS. This stream right here, like you can find on Just Saying's channel, on Queen of WTF, on Marley Hendricks. This is where she's putting down WLS. So for anybody who wants to see it, that's where you can see it. Just when you do a search, put in Foodie Beauty, Cuba Rage, WLS. You'll bring up these clips, and it's in here. I can't play it because Foodie's dropping F-bombs all over the place, and I don't want YouTube to slap me because of her dirty mouth. I'm not having that. You're not going to punish me for her being stupid. So let's go back over to the video again. The guy's like, I'm going to need clips. We got them. We got them, Foodie. In fact, I'm going to go look it up later, and I'll post to my channel. How about that? But let's keep going.
I feel like I'm weak. I don't feel like I'm strong. You know,
You are weak. You are weak, and you don't want to be strong. You want to profit off all your weaknesses and put them in people's faces and get people concerned for you. You love attention. You said so yourself. I love attention. I want people to be concerned for me. I want people to worry over me. That's how you get attention. Not about being a healthy, balanced, intelligent, independent individual by being weak and toxic and poisonous and narcissistic and evil. That's how you get attention. And you wonder why a lot of people have left your channel, because toxicity wears a person down to the nub. It makes you tired. It makes you exhausted. Anybody out there watching this, if you've ever been around a person or a group, and every time you get around them, you feel tired, you feel exhausted, you feel stressed out, it's a sign that you shouldn't be around that person. And you can get to a point where you say, enough is enough. And you start to feel better once you're away from them. And a lot of people that liked Foodie on her channel, they just got to that point. They're like, enough is enough. Enough of the lies. Enough of the manipulation. Enough of her changing her mind. Enough of her raging and blocking and the scamming and the conning. Enough of it. They just put their foot down and they walked away. That's why her channel is not at 100K right now. Speaking of which, Chantal, you keep buying subs. You bought over 600 subs this month. But I heard something through the grapevine that soon YouTube is going to take away all dead subs from all the channels. And I'm really wondering, when they do that audit, what your real true number is going to be. Considering the fact that when you do a live chat, you can't even pull 1,000 viewers anymore. I'm pretty certain that number is going to be, I would say, less than 30K. It's not going to be that big because there's a lot of dead accounts attached to your channel. But once they're all taken away, it's not going to be 100K anymore. It's not. Like, and I love that for you. You've been trying to buy your way to a YouTube plaque. It ain't going to work. But let's keep going, y'all.
Don't feel like I can do it on my own. And at the time, maybe I thought that I don't know. If I said that was very arrogant. But I think it was projection on my part.
Shut up, Foodie. I don't feel I can do it on my own. Well, that's what therapy is for. That's why you go to group meetings, because you won't be by yourself. You'll have the support and understanding of people around you. You'll have someone to talk to that knows what they're talking about, and they can help you. And even if you got the surgery, Foodie, you would still technically be on your own. What are you expecting that lap band to do? Like talk to you every day? It's just a medical device. Surgery or not, you are still on your own, and you still have to deal with your own issues. So if you need support, then it's good to build a positive support system of people to help you. Doctors, technicians, nurses, therapists. Go to inpatient. You need inpatient. If you care, you will go. You know that you being in Canada is a complete disaster. You can't say no to any of your temptations. You will not be able to hold out for long. Maybe right now your mind is distracted because, like you're not thinking solely about food. You got to worry about, where am I going to live? And how am I going to get there? And how's this going to go? Like, your mind is distracted a little bit away from food, but once you get settled into a place, that's when that bee monster is going to get right back on top of you again. Right on top. That's why you need the therapy. But you don't want to talk to someone who's not a beezer, just not going to kiss your butt. They're going to ask the hard questions. They're going to make you feel uncomfortable. And you're not going to be able to monetize it. It's going to be something just for you, not for you and YouTube. But for you, anytime you air out your problems, you expect to be compensated. Well, some things you just can't do that way.
Because I felt like if I had to resort to weight loss surgery, that I was weak. And you know what? I think that in some areas people are weak and some people are strong in different areas of their life.
Look at her trying to walk it back. Okay, so we know Chantal, she says, I don't lie, I change my mind. Let's add something to that. Like, let's add something to those feelings, and add them to like the 2024 Chantal corkboard of famous sayings. So she doesn't lie, she changes her mind. Well, when she puts something out like that out there, then when she needs something, then she'll walk it all the way back. Like she doesn't lie, she changes her mind. And if she takes a wrong foot forward, she will take a step backward if it means if by going forward, she'll look stupid. So she's walking, look at her walking it back. Look, look.
Their life. Now, I don't think that's a bad thing. Everybody has weaknesses and strengths, right? So my weakness is that I cannot control myself around food. I have not been able to successfully so far. I think we should use that language. I have not been able to, instead of I can't. I have not been able to so far control my addiction to food and my binge eating disorder. And I just think that, people feel bad on themselves about that if they don't have willpower. I think that it has nothing to do with willpower. And
Okay, I was trying to cut it off and my computer wasn't. Chantal, I've been saying this for a long time with you. There is no possible way that you are going to get your BED under control as long as you use food for content on your channel. I mean, how would that work? You're someone, you have a BED, and yet you're using food as content on your channel, and not healthy food, fast food. And you've said that fast food is something that triggers you. But what do? You consume your trigger foods on camera. And what, you think, oh, I can control this? Well, apparently not. You're over 550 pounds. You don't have control at all in any area of your life. You are completely out of control. I've been saying for a long time, bro. You, ma'am, in layman's terms, you are an addict getting on YouTube and doing the thing that you are addicted to in full view of the public. You get your fix out in the open because you want to make money off of those that watch you get your fix, that watch you get high. You want those that watch you to pay you and compensate you, and you want YouTube to pay you and compensate you. And I wish to God that they would reinforce the policies they put out there, but for some reason they won't. Because if anybody could stop you from overindulging, it would be YouTube, the company. This is their site. You wouldn't be able to eat the way that you eat if you didn't have the money, if you didn't have the funding. So why are you failing, YouTube? You made these rules. Why aren't you reinforcing them? For Chantal to indulge in the things that she indulges in, she needs money first. She needs to be funded. And where is she getting the funding? YouTube. Maybe some of her feedies, but YouTube is the biggest one. If they cut off the faucet where the money is flowing out, she would not be able to go ham, would she? As long as you get on YouTube, Chantal, you get on YouTube to get high off of food and find people to enable you, to support you, to back you up, to be your yes man, you're never going to get better. If you want to get better, you have to be in a different environment with different people that don't enable you, that are more than willing to say no if it means no is the right answer, and no will make you healthy versus unhealthy. You created this toxic parachute of constant funding and enabling so that you don't hit the ground. And until you get away from that, you're always going to be unhealthy. So you over there saying, I can't control myself. I think the more correct statement is, I don't want to control myself. I have turned my addiction into something profitable. and a way to get attention from people. I like attention. I like money. My addiction gives me the ability to get both. So, no, I am not going to cut it off. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to improve myself. I'm going to walk around with all these hurts and all these issues, and I'm going to make money off of it as long as YouTube allows it. Well, as I said, they could cut off the faucet, but they won't. So, as long as they keep the faucet on, we're going to see more of this.
In a way, like it's a disease, it's a psychological, it's so hard, it's so hard. People don't understand maybe until they've had it. And if you've been able to be,
ma'am, I had BED. Okay? I had it. I'm not going to trauma dump, but I'll say this. It happened to me during a very bad marriage. At the same time I was going through perimenopause. It was a perfect storm of depression, a broken marriage, heartbreak. Everything got on top of me. That's when mine started. I just lost control. And I didn't even know I had an issue with food until I had a wake-up moment, a scary one. And then the question became, how do I fix an addiction to something that I can't stop consuming? Like that was the hard one for me. It took me 6 years to figure out how to work around it and understanding it and understanding my triggers. But she's over here saying it's impossible to fix. Then how is it then that a lot of other people with BEDs or food problems, they dealt with theirs and they came out the other side and become healthy people? You're over there making excuses because you don't want to quit. I've been watching you for years. I have not seen an honest effort that you want to stop, that you're truly fighting for your life, that you're struggling for your life. I don't see any energy or fever in you that you're going from therapist to therapist, going from session to session. You're buying the healthy food, you're exercising, you're doing absolutely everything to get yourself together. I don't see that fight in you. All I see you doing is sitting in a corner making excuses. Well, excuses don't make anything happen. So don't sit there and get on camera and say, oh, BED is impossible to deal with. It's once you have it, you can never get better. BS. You can get better if you want to. But you've got to want to. You've got to dedicate yourself to the healing, not the hurting. You're dedicating yourself to the hurting. Miss going to the grocery store buying Chef Fraudy. Apparently, you're not dedicated to your healing. If you're continuing to hurt yourself and you're not changing your content, miss me with that. It's impossible to heal. Yeah, it is if you want to keep hurting.
Sure, but you must know how hard it is for people.
It's hard, but it's not impossible. Okay, hard is hard. And we've all been through hard times. And there's nothing wrong with hard times. We've all had some struggles, haven't we? And the hard times make us stronger and wiser as people. Yes, it does. That's why you go through the hard times, because you go through those hard times, and those times when it's not hard, you appreciate the good times that much more. You value things in your life that are precious that much more. She just doesn't want to be uncomfortable. She wants to lose weight, and it's not going to be a struggle. It's not going to be uncomfortable. Girlfriend, even if you got the surgery, you're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to go through pain. Yes, you are. I heard something about WLS, that when you get WLS, directly after the surgery, they give you like a cup of liquid to drink. And it takes sometimes a long time to finish just that one little cup because you're still in so much pain. You don't want to be uncomfortable, Chantal, but you want to go in for a weight loss surgery? You don't think it's going to be painful and uncomfortable? It will. Surgery is very painful.
Not just down to just stop eating, because people have obviously tried that many times. It's really almost impossible to fight those impulses that
she's making excuses. I'm not buying this. It's not almost impossible. If you say it in your mind that it's impossible or near impossible, you have written your own prophecy. If you've made up your mind that something is impossible, then it will be. If you say to yourself, I can't do it, then you won't. But if you say to yourself, I can do it, I just have to find a way to get it done, then you will. It's all about the mind. It's all about the willpower. It's all about the will to be better and be healthier, to get on track. She doesn't want to get on track. She's over there. She's too entitled, too spoiled, too enabled. And because she is, she's not willing to do the work. She wants everybody to do the work for her. She expects the Canadian people in Canada to pay for her weight loss surgery. She expects Canada to foot the bill. Rather than putting on her big panties and saying, I'll do the work, I'll pay for it. I got myself into this mess. I'm going to get myself out. She wants everybody to fix what's wrong with her, to pay, to be there. You need to grow up, Chantal.
Along. So it's not just a hunger pang. It's, it's so much deeper than that. So if I spoke in any derogatory way towards it,
girl, is there a bicycle somewhere near you? Because look at you over there backpedaling. You are backpedaling so much. If I said that, you know why she's saying if I said that? Because I think she knows she said that. She remembers. She just doesn't want to admit that she's wrong. Another sign that she's not grown up, that she's not changed, that she's not a better person. Because a better person would stand still and admit their mistakes, admit that they said something wrong and say, well, I said that at the time, and I'm sorry that I said that. I shouldn't have said that. That's what a grown person would say. But she's like a child right now saying, well, if I said that, trying to give herself a back door to not be wrong, even though she is. If I said that, you said it. The clips are out there. It was during your Cuba rage. I just showed the clips on different channels where people can find it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to find it later and play it later. I just don't have the time right now to go through like a 4-hour, 5-hour video clip looking for that. But I'll find it and I'll play it. You know it's out there, Chantal. Just say it happened. Just say it. The truth is so much easier than lying. Because once you tell one lie, you got to tell 1,000 lies on top of that to back up the first lie. Why go through all that? Just tell the doggone truth. Stop running from things and just stand still and be a grown-up and take stuff.
To those people who've had it, I didn't mean it in anything personal. I think it was to do with me, that I felt weak, that if I ever had to get weight loss surgery, I feel like defeated because I have to resort to that. The thing is I still feel that way a little bit. I still feel that way a bit. About
weight loss surgery is not for her. If you want to lose weight, you can do that without the surgery. She can start right now if she wanted to. You don't have to wait 2 years. Get started now, Chantal, if you care. Do you care to see Salah again? Start now. Go to therapy. Go see a doctor. Go see a psychotherapist. Go see a psychiatrist. Go check yourself in an inpatient. Get that issue dealt with. And that way, if you get surgery later, that won't be an issue anymore. Stop waiting for things to happen and make things happen now.
Myself, not about other people who have it done, about me, for some reason, and I don't know if that makes sense, probably not, but I'm trying to explain it. I wish I didn't have to have it, I don't even know if I do have to, but I'm at this point, I just want to try to use it.
Even if they scheduled her for WLS, you know what they're going to tell her? They're going to tell her that even after the surgery, she's going to have to exercise. They tell you got to eat the healthy food and exercise. So either way you go, Chantal, you're going to have to exercise. You know, at your current weight, the safest thing for you to do is to exercise in a pool somewhere. Find a public pool or a private pool and walk around or something in a pool. That way it'll balance out the rest of your body, be easier on your joints. If you want to get rid of that weight, you got to burn them calories, girl, and stop consuming so many and get the bee monster under control. You have to involve your mind and your body together. You can't leave one of them out.
As a tool to help me, and also along that with the mental health help. You know, I'm this week coming, I have a lot of dealing with my mental health. That will be the next step. I itemized what I need to do here, and it's so much. I look at my list and I think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do all of this to take care of myself, you know, and be an adult.
Yep, isn't that a pain?
And take care of all of these things alone. I'm not alone. I have my husband, even though he's not here, we still are in contact literally all day until bedtime. And then he's a big support a lot. And then I have my family and some friends, and, you know, so, but I still, when you're dealing with, you know, and I mean, they're really helpful, you know, in a lot of ways. And I'm going to be getting help, especially mental health help. I'm going to try to utilize whatever resources I have. And I don't know, wish me luck. And I wish you guys luck too if you're going through any of these kind of things. But I just do you guys like this is why I can't have hoodies. I just always so yeah. Anyway, I'll be excited when I have a referral in. Then I don't mind waiting. Honestly, the hardest part is getting a referral, I find. But I haven't made it far. I'm sure the surgery is tough too, but I hope that I can do it in a timely manner, like maybe a year, not more than a year and a half. Well,
Okay, so even if it's a year, year and a half, it's still a long way away. What are you going to do until that time? If you can get the surgery in a year, year and a half, that means if you worked hard, you might be able to lose 100 pounds or more before then and get some of your mobility back and the ability to breathe. You just can't sit around waiting for a doctor to make you all better.
see, I'll try to go to all the appointments and just like do what I got to do fast, timely. Anyway,
No, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've been watching Chantal a long time, and we have heard all of this before. Like she'll go, there's a picture that's circulating around called the Chantal cycle. And that picture was made long ago. And it's still relevant today because nothing has changed about this woman. She'll go through periods where she'll promise to get better and talking about going to therapy and I'm going to take care of my health. And she'll get everybody's hopes up on her channel. And it doesn't take long for her to break all those promises and go back to eating on camera. Like her word is worth nothing because nothing she says ever comes to fruition. You know, it's one of those things, Chantal. Well, if you want people to believe you now, you have to make believers out of them by showing actions and not just speaking a bunch of words. So what you're saying right now, I don't put a lot of weight behind it. You know, like you're talking the talk because that's easy. Anybody can talk the talk, but walking the walk is a whole different animal.
okay, so that's my struggle right now. I'll just keep you updated on all the health things, you know, because I have my papers here. My purse. I brought my papers with me. Brought my papers along from Kuwait with my diagnosis. It says diagnosis, you know, diabetes, because my A1C was, what was it, 11? I think, or 10, or I think it was 10, or maybe 11. I don't know. I forget. It's on the paper, so that I can have my diabetes controlled here as well, you know. So I'm gonna have them review the medication because I think.
Okay, I just want to throw this out there. So there is a channel called Eyelash, they did a very interesting video about Chantal, about Kuwait, I mean, and their new policies. And the video, it points in the direction that maybe Chantal, she essentially got booted out of Kuwait, or she left before she got in serious trouble. Like she rolled beneath the garage door before it completely closed. I don't think she left there willingly. I think she was booted out, or she left before anything could happen to her. Uh, you ran back to Canada, Foodie, because that was the only place left to run. You ran from Canada because of their back taxes, and you ran over to Kuwait, and then you got out of Kuwait before you got in trouble because you're over there with, you're not a resident, you were on a visa.
I have more access to better diabetes medication here, you know. If you guys are on anything that you would suggest, something that's not, you know, going to hurt my tummy, like.
Nobody suggests anything to Chantal, ever. Ever. Let me tell you why. Because, look, even if you're from Chantal's channel coming over here, listen, no one in the audience is a doctor. And even if you are a doctor, she's not your patient. You don't know what health issues she has, how bad they are, what medication she's taking to know what will interact with what. Nobody suggests anything to her. She doesn't need suggestions. She needs to go to an actual doctor and disclose her health history and her medical history to get the right diagnosis so she can get healthy. She doesn't need advice from the internet. She needs to go see people that know what the F they're talking about. Chantal, stop trying to walk around going to an actual doctor where you got to pay money and look into the internet to get some free treatment, because the free treatment is not what you required. You are sick. Go to a doctor. If one doctor can't see you for a while, try to find another and another and another. I mean, do what you got to do. Don't just give up on your health. If you're serious about being healthy, don't give up on your health. But stop going to your audience, stop going to the internet and looking at Dr. Google, looking for some kind of cheap treatment to keep from paying for real treatment, because the real treatment is what you need. You are far too sick just for light treatments of anything. Stop asking people for recommendations. Go to a doctor that knows what they're talking about.
Like the metformin and Genumet, something maybe, I don't know. I forget some of the names people were leaving in my comments. There's an Ozempic shortage. I was on that before. There's people suing the company right now for getting gastroparesis, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of freaks me out. So I don't know.
Ma'am, you were on the Ozempic and you decided to stop taking it because you could not have B moments while you were on it. You didn't like the fact that it kept you from eating all your favorite foods, hence the reason why you let go of it. You did the Ozempic thing, you didn't like the way it made you feel, and that's when you jumped over from the Ozempic to the party powder, the little nose candy. And even during your live streams, you were running off the bathroom to powder your nose. That's where you got all that energy from to do 6 to 10 hour live streams. And you did lose some weight that way, but it's not a healthy way to lose weight. It's not safe. That's the only time you lost weight. You found a stimulant powerful enough that would short circuit those really equally powerful thoughts of food. It kept you from being hungry, but using that party favor to do that it's no. It's dangerous and stupid, but that's the only time you lost weight.
Anyway, let me know what you take. But yeah, you know, there's a shortage of Ozempic right now, so that too.
Well, even if there wasn't, you don't need to be taking it. Leave that for people that actually will take it for their diabetes, for their blood sugar. They'll eat correctly, they'll have a good diet, they'll exercise, and they'll get the benefit of it. So if there's a shortage of Ozempic, that means you shouldn't be taking it, because all you be doing is wasting it. Leave that for people that actually care about their health.
So yes, I will get back to live streaming. Don't worry. I will most definitely do that. But I just trying to settle in and get things taken care of. I'm so busy. And I just need some time to myself without filming everything. You know, I'm just like happy to just be not filming as much or going live right now. I just need a bit of a break. It's nothing to do with you guys.
Okay, this is just like an off-the-wall question. I'm wondering if the reason why Chantal's being kind of, like quiet and not live streaming so much is, like I said, A, she doesn't have a static location. B, maybe she's worried about Music Biz Marty finding out where she is, or somebody else. She's really worried about that. Well, that'll teach you to be more careful, Chantal.
Because I appreciate all your support in the comments. And, sometimes Salah goes live on his gaming channel. It's in the link if you want to hang out with us sometimes. Also, Salah, he does gaming. Like, he's playing Resident Evil 4 Remake right now.
Can I just say I think it's really odd and strange for someone who's not a gamer, who does not have a gaming channel. Gaming is not talked about at all here. Telling people to go from her channel to go over to his channel, and he's doing entirely different content. How weird that is to me. And he's not even that entertaining of a streamer or a content creator. He's boring. He's a filthy casual. People are asking, well, what is that? That's an old school term. Like I heard it in World of Warcraft. A filthy casual is somebody who just casually games. He's a filthy casual. He's a boring, filthy casual who steals other people's content and streams with it. Shame on you, Salah. Boo, boo all day. You're not entertaining. Your content sucks to the point where you're having her pump you up to try to get views, to try to get viewers, when what you should be doing is working on your own content and doing the work yourself, you lazy bum.
Really intense. But it's just like a handful of us, like a nice intimate chat, maybe 50, 60 people sometimes.
Why don't you say what you really want to say, Chantal? At the same time that you're promoting Salah, why don't you say what you really want to say? Oh, everybody can come and watch Salah if you're a guy. But if you're a woman, don't you dare speak up in his chat because I will block you. No women allowed except for me. Why don't you say that? Just say it. Come on, you're thinking it.
And it's fun. We just have fun. I try not to get triggered by trolls. But a lot of good people in there. And so if you want to hang out with us, that's fun as well. So yeah, I'm just parked in the middle of nowhere. I did miss the Canadian wilderness, I used to think the dead trees were depressing, but I just appreciate. Hi, Fly. The difference of
Okay, I'm confused. If she's parked in the middle of nowhere with no identifying buildings or anything else, do y'all see the pixelation over her left shoulder and her arm? Like, what is over there that she's not showing?
Atmosphere, I tried the Tim Hortons Bailey's line. I had an ice cap. I haven't had an ice cap since 10th grade. And I know I shouldn't be drinking that stuff. I shouldn't
be. There we go. See what I tell you? She's going back to Starbucks.
Eating what I'm eating. But for some reason, I just can't. Part of one of the big reasons for coming here, obviously, is the getting to eat comfort foods again that I've missed.
What I say? I told y'all. I told you. Didn't I say it? As soon as she got off the plane, the party was going to get started. Already going back to Starbucks. Already getting that iced coffee. Already getting that junk food. Already getting the party started. And she will confess all day long about the food she's eating, but she will never confess to the party favors, and she's doing them, because if she's doing one, she's doing the other. She is. She is. She's back in Canada. When she was in Kuwait, there were only so many addictions she could feed while she was over there. She wasn't sober, she was dry. because there were certain things she didn't have access to. Now she's back in Canada. She's got access to all of them. That means she's going to indulge all of them. Chantal, alone in Canada with active addictions, no one and nothing to stop her during the holidays? Are you kidding me? Recipe for disaster.
You know, you saw my grocery haul. I got everything junk. And no, nobody forced me to do it. Nobody had a pew pew to my head and was like, get this stovetop, get this Chef Boyardee's. But, oh man, I want to eat it, I guess, is what it comes down to. I want to have...
Yeah, but you want WLS, so how is that going to work? If you get WLS, and even if they chop your stomach down to the size of a teacup or put a band over it to where you can't stuff yourself, how is that going to work? You're going to get the surgery, and if after the surgery, your mind, that bee monster is saying, we want some soda. We want to drink like a 2-liter of Coca-Cola. And you can't do that. You can't have carbonated drinks after the surgery. Chantal, did you know that? No carbonated drinks. Absolutely none. How are you going to say no? You can't have over a certain amount of food. But if the bee monster is saying, eat an entire cheesecake, girl, go ahead. Eat like a whole big thing of lasagna. How are you going to manage that? You will rupture your stomach. You will make yourself sick. Be sent to the ER or be vomiting all night long. You want to be smaller, but you don't want to fix all of the parts of the car. Do you feel me? The entire engine is messed up. The tires are blown out. The seats are ripped up. But you're not willing to fix all the parts together. You just want to fix little things. Because the hardest work is right here. That's going to take some time to unravel that snowball from hell. A lot of work. A lot of work.
Like another last hurrah, like I never learned, for all of the comfort foods I've ever had. So I'm thinking of going eating all of these things.
That is a problem. The fact that you are looking at food as comfort foods. You're looking to it for comfort. Tell me something, Chantal. How comforting is it, that food, when you have trouble breathing? How comforting is it when you have sleep apnea? How comforting is that food when you can't get off the couch, or you're breaking couches, or you're breaking shower drains or chairs? Does it comfort you when you have an embarrassing moment like that? Is it comforting you when you try to get in your car and you can barely get in there? You got to put the seat all the way back just to fit. How comforting is it? Food is not a person. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't have a heartbeat. It's just something you consume to give you energy to go out into the world and do things and live and be active. But it is not emotional. It's not a comfort thing. Comfort you find in people, in animals, in living things. You want to use food in place of living things. You're trying to use it as a substitute, and it's not a proper substitute because you're not really getting what you truly desire. You know, as a person, you're not a good person. And because of that, people don't want to be near you, or they can't be near you. So you run to something that you know will not reject you. And so you consume it and you get a sort of comfort from it, but it's not the kind you truly need. So the happiness does not last long, and then you put yourself on a hamster wheel, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Stop looking at food as comfort. Take all the emotional anchors off, using it to call back nostalgia or remember somebody or something. Take all the anchors off. Look at it for what it is. It's just a thing. It's an unemotional thing. A collection of ingredients That's all it is. Look at it for what it is. Treat it for what it is. Nothing more than that.
Things. And doing a story time with each item and why it's a comfort food for me. It might be like therapeutic.
No, absolutely not. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. What are you going to do? Get on camera and line up your trigger foods in front of the camera? Put them in front of you? I know what that's going to lead to. One, you're going to have a B moment with all those trigger foods. Two, if you do that on your channel, you might end up triggering people that have a BED. Did you ever think about that? People that might be recovering or have been in recovery, you might end up triggering them. Do that stuff off camera, okay?
Me. Why is it a comfort food? You know, why is rabbit?
Don't do this therapy stuff on YouTube. Do it in actual therapy with somebody who will understand. But don't put the camera on, okay? What you're talking about is something that should be done in an actual therapy session. If it's therapeutic for you, if it helps you heal, great. But don't do it on YouTube because this is not a place for therapy, all right?
Ravioli from Chef Boyardee, a comfort food. And I got to think of, there's got to be a story time to each situation. There just has to. So maybe we'll go for a ride somewhere down the long road and bring a bowl of ravioli and do a story time.
Then you're reinforcing the emotional anchor by doing that. You're not breaking the chain. You're like, I'm going to bring my Chef Boyardee and we'll go on the long road and do a story time. What are stories, y'all? They are nostalgic, are they not? You tell stories to entertain, but there's also a sense of the past and nostalgia. So you're going to involve one of your trigger foods and then use a story time, which is like nostalgic, and on the long road, you're tying all these different things together that really should be separated. Make it make sense.
No, probably not the long road. I don't know. I'm sick of that road. It's not the same. I don't want those memories, a lot of them.
Then why do you talk about the long road even now? Why do you still bring that up? If you associate the long road with Natter and you're truly done with Natter, you wouldn't bring that up at all. You would want to forget about that and not think of it again. But the fact that you keep bringing up the long road, which you associate with Natter and we associate with Natter, why do that if you're done with him?
You know? So, anyway, when I do get my own place, like I said, we're going to have a party. We're going to party bees.
Okay, game over. That's what she's waiting on. She's waiting to get her own place. That's when she's going to lose complete control. And we're going to see the old Chantal come back, I promise you. Not because I necessarily want to see it, but because if you have a toxic lifestyle and toxic patterns, and you are not willing to break through those patterns and create something new, to create a whole new lifestyle to replace the old, you're going to go back to what you used to know before. And what was her past? It was sitting in a room alone with hardly any clothes on, getting high, eating herself stupid. Box mountains everywhere, fruit flies, rotted food, mummified food, trash. That was her past. It's going to get recreated again. So she's going to get her own place. And instead of saying, I'm going to get my own place and I'm going to use it as a base of operations to get better, she's saying, we're going to have a party. Well, can anybody guess what's going to happen during that party? What does she like to do? She likes to do the edibles, right? She likes to eat. She's going to have a B moment like no other. She probably already has had a moment like that. We just haven't seen it, but we're going to see it. So the big question I have in my mind for those people that are VIBs, when she gets her own place and she loses complete control, you know, she takes off the head covering, she starts eating, she's drinking, she's going bananas. You going to stick around for that? Because let me tell you, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get real ugly. And Chantal expects people to watch her ugly and to pay her for her ugly. You gonna stick around for that? You're gonna get stressed out over that? Because that's what's coming. She's telling you right now. She said, when I get my own place, we're gonna party. Well, Chantal's an extreme person. A party doesn't mean we're gonna celebrate for a couple of hours. A party means for an entire month. With all kinds of party favors and edibles and food. It's gonna get ugly. Do you want to be around for that? I'm just saying. Just think it over.
All right. Well, I've yapped enough. Here's my sermon for today. And but yeah, that's my situation so far with the weight loss surgery. So I'll keep you guys updated, like I said, because there's people going through it, and there's people who have gone through it, and I'm
just gonna say something rude but true. Chantal, listen. Even if you do want the weight loss surgery, if you lose control again, if you start eating again and doing the party favors again, girl, within 6 months you're going to be bedbound. You're almost there. I'm not being rude saying that. It's the truth. You're going to be freaking bedbound. And then it's going to be too late. If you have to wait over a year or 2 years to get that surgery, that's a long wait. And you're not even trying to prepare. You're not cutting back on your food. You're not cutting out the processed food. You're not cutting back on the sugary drinks and the soda. You're already pre-planning on losing control. You get your own place, you're going to party. We all know what that means. 6 to 10 hour live streams a day. You acting all the way the fool. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm really not. But that's it for this react. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And thank you so much for being here. Have a good one, everybody, and please take care.